Hey guys, this is aka SIII Minimouse, and today I have a comparison video between the GSM version of the Galaxy Nexus and the Samsung Galaxy S3 US edition. Now this is a good video for those type of people who are looking to buy their next Android phone, and these two are probably the best you could get as of today. Now the first thing I want to show you is the hardware. Now on the Galaxy Nexus, on the right hand side we have the power button and also a dock pin. On the bottom we have the micro USB, the headphone jack, and a microphone. On the left hand side we have a volume rocker. On the top we have nothing. On the back we have the camera with an LED and textured plastic surface. Now on the Galaxy S3, on the top we have the headphone jack. On the right hand side we have a power button. On the bottom we have a USB. And on the left hand side we have the volume rocker. Now let's start off these phones with a boot. Alright, they both turn on. Alright, so both of these pretty much start up at the same time. Now the first thing is the Galaxy Nexus was released in 2011, November 11th, 2011, and the Galaxy S3 is a much newer device. It's been released in March 12th of 2012. The Galaxy Nexus is running a newer version of Android 4.1 Jellybean, while the Samsung Galaxy S3 is running Android 4.0 with the latest TouchWiz from Samsung. The voice recognition features are both different as well. The Galaxy Nexus has it's the Google Voice, which is more improved than the Jellybean, while the S3 has its S Voice, which is Samsung's voice recognition service. Now for the screen, the Galaxy Nexus has a 4.65 inch 1280 by 720 Super AMOLED HD screen. Oh, sorry, just Super AMOLED screen at 720p. And the Samsung Galaxy S3 has a 4.8 inch screen with the same resolution at 1280 by 720, and it is also a Super AMOLED. Now the cameras are also different. The Samsung Galaxy Nexus has a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera with capabilities of 1080p recording, and the Samsung Galaxy S3 has a 8 megapixel camera with 1080p recording as well. As far as the battery on both of these, the Galaxy Nexus contains a 1850 mAh battery, while the Samsung Galaxy S3 has a much larger 2100 mAh battery. Now battery life on both of these are excellent actually, but when using the Galaxy Nexus, if you're using the Galaxy Nexus, the battery will drain. But standby mode, I would say the Galaxy Nexus has better standby, but the S3 has an overall better battery. They are both dual core, knowing that this one is the US version. The Samsung Galaxy Nexus has a dual core 1.2 GHz TI OMAP processor, which we've seen last year, and the Samsung Galaxy S3 has a 1.5 GHz dual core S4 processor, as seen on the HTC One X for AT&T. Now the S3 also comes in a quad core processor for its international variant. Now in RAM, the Samsung Galaxy Nexus has 1 gigabyte of RAM, while the Samsung Galaxy S3 has 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is a vast difference. The Galaxy Nexus has a 16 gigabyte of internal storage and no SD card slot, while the Samsung Galaxy S3 has a 16 gigabyte internal storage with a external SD card slot. Sorry for my camera, it keeps on falling, the stand's not staying. Alright. The Samsung Galaxy Nexus uses a regular SIM card slot, while the Samsung Galaxy S3 uses a micro SIM card slot. The Samsung Galaxy Nexus has a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera, while the Samsung Galaxy S3 has a 1.9 megapixel front-facing camera. Both have notification LEDs. The Galaxy Nexus has it on the bottom over here, while the S3 has it on the top left of the screen. The Samsung Galaxy Nexus, as you've seen, only has on-screen buttons, and there are no capacitive or physical buttons. The buttons actually show up when the screen is on, while the Galaxy S3 has a physical home button as well as 2 capacitive buttons, as you can see. The Galaxy Nexus unfortunately has no Gorilla Glass, which will keep the phone prone to scratches if there is no screen protector. While the Samsung Galaxy S3 handles scratches very well, you would not even need a screen protector on the Galaxy S3 because it has Gorilla Glass 2.0, which has their new technology, which makes it very scratch resistant. The Galaxy Nexus is, a Google phone. It has the vanilla Google updates, and the benefit of the Galaxy Nexus is that it has much more updates in the future for Android compared to the S3. The Galaxy S3, as you can see in size, the Galaxy Nexus is slightly shorter, as you can see from the top, and also slightly narrow, while the Galaxy S3 is wider and a little bit taller. But overall, both of them feel the same. The Galaxy Nexus is actually more comfortable in the hand. As far as thinness, I would say they're the same, excluding the bottom bump on the Nexus, which makes it a little thinner at the bottom. But the Galaxy S3 is thin all the way. It does not have the bump at the bottom. Technical-wise, the Galaxy Nexus has an 8.84 millimeter thinness, while the Samsung Galaxy S3 has an 8.6 millimeter thinness the whole way. Alright, so they both also have the NFC technology, which should be more common in the future as credit card payments and other stuff with NFC. So you won't be outdated on both these devices. They both also have DLNA compatibility for wirelessly streaming your content from your phone to a digital device such as your TV or a wireless player. Now, choosing between both of these, the Galaxy Nexus recently had a lawsuit from Apple due to some patent replication, and the Galaxy Nexus was out of stock on the Play Store, if you guys have noticed, for quite some time, but it is back up and it is $349.99 brand new, factory unlocked. While the Samsung Galaxy S3 is available on multiple carriers, including the major Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, or T-Mobile. And you can also buy the factory unlocked version with the 1.4 gigahertz dual quad-core processor. Choosing between both of these, it's pretty much your choice. If you are more into software, then the Galaxy Nexus is the best, and it's also very cheap, I would say, in price compared to the S3. Knowing that you could just buy it unlocked for $349 The total with tax and shipping would be about $380. And this one is more up to date with the software because it's, a Google phone, especially from the Play Store, and it will always be updated with new Android software. As of right now, it has the 4.1 Jellybean, which is a very nice upgrade, knowing they have Project Butter, which makes it pretty much as fast as this S3 on the right. But if you were to choose the S3, you would be going for the latest Android device. Most of the people like the S3 because it's a new device. This one is 1 year back, came out in 2011, a little less than a year old, while this S3 is really up to date with the Android devices. You would also choose this one for a slightly bigger screen. You can actually tell the slightly bigger screen, but it is not much of a difference between both of these. Both of them have the same resolution. But this one, the Galaxy Nexus display is black, so much more black, and sometimes it doesn't look that pixelated as it is on the S3. Also, the S3 is just for better hardware. The software, you would have to wait for Samsung to pull up the software on the Samsung devices, while the Galaxy Nexus receives them instantly via OTA from Google. But for hardware-wise, the Galaxy S3 is your choice. It has better hardware overall, 2 GB of RAM, which I've not seen on any device I've owned yet. And hardware-wise, this phone is excellent. But if it were me, I would definitely purchase the Galaxy Nexus. It has, equal features. Android is Android. The Galaxy Nexus is just more up to date with its Jellybean 4.1, and the Google search is much better on this. I could give you a little sample. Let me turn on my Wi-Fi. Well, yeah, with Jellybean they have a Siri-like voice search, but I wouldn't even compare them because the Jellybean voice search is much better and much more faster than the S voice on the S3 or Siri. So let me give you a sample. I'll turn on S voice on the S3 and turn on the Google voice.
Network error. Please try again.
Hold on, let me turn on my Wi-Fi. Okay. What is the weather like?
It's 75 degrees and clear in Houston. Here's the forecast for the next few days.
As you can see, they both came up at basically the same time. But as you can see, the interface, the Galaxy Nexus, I would say is slightly faster. But with S-Voice will lag from time to time. You cannot do as much as you can on the Galaxy Nexus, like if I were to search. What is the tallest building? As you can see, it goes straight to Google and tells me all the information I need, while on the S-Voice. What is the tallest building? It takes a long time for it to recognize.
Burj Khalifa.
It still gave me the information, but as you can see, the Galaxy Nexus is significantly faster when searching. So yeah, this is a quick comparison video of the S3 and the Galaxy Nexus. In my opinion, I would go with the Galaxy Nexus, knowing that I am a software guy. I feel both of these phones are equally as fast, knowing that the Project Butter is very smooth. This is a dual-core device, US version. This is also a dual-core device. Has slightly faster specs on the S3, but if you are a software person, you should go with the Galaxy Nexus. If you're a hardware person, the Galaxy S3 is probably the best Android device out to this point. Please stay tuned for my next video. I will be doing a software comparison on both of these devices as well, while this video is just an overall comparison on which one you should purchase. Yeah, thanks for watching my video, and please leave any comments or questions in the comments section, and thanks for watching.